What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. It's your boy Payne. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This is pre-recorded on Tuesday night after reset. I will be in the office Wednesday, so no live stream today, and I've got to pre-record my videos, but this is going to be an important one. We've covered it in the past. I want to recover it again because everybody and their moms, as a matter of fact, should all have magnifying slashes in their repertoire. And I want to show you guys the difference between a heroic magnifying slashes versus a legendary one, plus explain to you guys how to properly utilize it and take advantage of it and make sure that you're doing it correctly. Because yes, there is a correct way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And for those who don't understand how to do it properly, will never understand how powerful it really is until they actually use it right. So I'm going to teach you guys how to use it correctly and which weapons are going to benefit the most from it. Now, the two best weapons that will benefit the most from magnifying slashes, or magnifying slashes will benefit the most from, are going to be the plum sword and specifically the MS daggers, so the moon shadow daggers. If you have those two weapons, those are usually the weapons you want to work with. There are some exceptions to that rule. One of those exceptions are going to be for guild boss, and that's what we're going to test it on and show you guys, and that is using the grimoire, which gives also erosion, which increases the total damage for all elements by 24%. Okay, so let's go into this and explain to you guys what it is. First off, what is magnifying slashes and what's the big deal about it? Okay, so first off, magnifying slashes right over here, you guys can see I picked the legendary one myself. It is level 19. The max you can get is level 20, I believe, or 22, 20, maybe 20. I think 20 is the max level. And the beauty of magnifying slashes is the more you do it correctly, the more it increases in damage, up to 250% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 2 times, and you recover MP. You'll see the difference in damage very shortly when I do this guild boss. Okay, so the way you activate it, there's a couple different ways. Number one is performing skills, and number two is dashing correctly and dashing at the right time, and then performing the skill at the correct moment, which will give you back your MP. And the way you know you've done it correctly is you'll receive MP back 3 times. In Legendary's case, you'll get it back 200 MP each time you do it. So let's jump in and show you guys the correct way and show you guys the incorrect way. We'll start off with the incorrect way because that's the more common way. Now, just so you guys can see, I have one more to go. Okay, you guys. I'll show you guys my last rage just so you guys can see it. So the last ranking record here I had was 16 rage at 10.8. Okay, now take a look. I'm not going to change anything on my team. Everything will remain the same. Let me just make sure everybody still has their gear though. Everything will remain the same. The only things I'm going to change, guys, is literally heroic magnifying slashes versus legendary magnifying slashes. You will see the difference between the two, and it will be very apparent how much stronger it is when you are using the correct version of it, or the legendary version of plus with the correct way of actually utilizing it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the wrong way real quick, and I'm going to show you guys the right way, and you guys can see the difference instantly with the way it's supposed to function. All right, so make sure everybody has everything they need. Good. The only thing I got to change around here is going to be my actual blessing stones, and as well as my QTE. So bear with me here. I'm pretty sure I had bloodlust on this, so that's going to be there. Boss layer we take off, we put on elemental. So this weakness detection, that was on there last time, and then the rest stays the same. The only thing I got to change out here now is going to be these two. So I usually go with this one. And then for here, we put on Thunderstorm. So that hasn't changed. Thunderstorm will remain exactly where it is. So let's go in here and show you guys the incorrect way of doing this. Okay, it's very, very obvious, okay? And you're going to notice it right away. I'm going to go back and put the grimoire on afterwards, but I'll just show you real quick in terms of the skill, how incorrectly it is. Okay, so I'm going to dodge here. And look, I'm going to press it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now you guys just notice I only got 2 MP back when I did that. Okay, so let's watch it again. You only saw 2 MPs, 200 MPs pop up. That's the incorrect way of doing it. Okay, so watch it again. You'll see the first one doesn't actually give me MP. All right, that's the main thing to remember. So take a look here. So here you go. Watch. Now I'm gonna cast it. Watch. No MP there. That one gave me MP, and this one gave me MP. That's 2. Okay, 2 of them. You guys see the skill is over now. Now watch when you do it correctly. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the plum sword and the MS, and then we're going to do a real run with here and show you guys the actual power versus the last one I did was with heroic. And now I'm going to show you guys with the plum sword and with the MS daggers how to perform it, because there's a specific pattern for it. Okay, look, 1, 2, 3. You guys saw that? That's 3 of them right there. Okay, so that's the proper way to do it. You dash. Now you can also dash 3 times if you want to. You can utilize that damage even further if you have the plum sword, because it gives you, every dash will give you the amplifying draw. So the only problem with doing that, of course, is you will run out of dashes, right? So if I have amplifying draw, I go 1, I do it, 1, I do it, 1, I do it. Okay, so keep that in mind. So watch, I'll do it again with plum sword. So you want to do full bloom always first, right? Full bloom is fairly important. So we're gonna cast full bloom here, which will give you the full effect of the plum sword. Right here, you guys see full bloom happen. Look, a dash, watch, dash, amplifying effect, dash, amplifying effect, and then if you had another dash, you amplifying effect again. Okay, so very important. You can see right there, it popped up. It's important to note you can amplify the damage even further more and more you dash. But remember, your dashes are limited, so it all depends on how you want to do it. Most people will not dash 3 times before they do it, but as a matter of fact, they'll only dash once, get the 1 amplifying draw, and then do all the 3 skills at the same time to get all that MP, and then let the skill cool down, right? Super important to remember that. So that's the pattern. Now, if you were to do it with plum sword and with Moonshadow daggers, you always want to do full bloom first, and then you want to do your MS skill, right? So Moonshadow skill, and then you do magnifying slashes. So very, very important to remember that that's the pattern. So plum sword, full bloom, dash Moonshadow daggers, dash amplifying draw. So let's just show you guys real quick what I'm talking about here, and you guys can see how it works together. Now that's not the optimal way of doing it this fight. We'll do an optimal run afterwards, but I still want to show you guys the proper way to utilize. Okay, so there's my 2 weapons this time, so we don't miss that. Okay, here we go. Watch. Okay, watch. Moonshadow daggers. That's what you need. That right there. And then those hits right there connected, right? So that's how you want it to look. Right there, that's the full rotation. So full bloom, Moonshadow daggers in front of this boss specifically, dash, and then your full MS rotation. Okay, so that's the proper way to do it. Now, let's go ahead and do a real run. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. We'll do the proper run, and I'll show you guys the difference between my last rage with heroic legendary slashes versus this rage with legendary, okay? And if the run goes well, you guys will see the fairly big difference between the two of them, and it'll show you guys the power of this skill. All right, ladies and gents, let's do a full run. Let's see if we can show you guys the difference between heroic magnifying slashes versus legendary and see what the difference is in damage. Now, I ideally would want to see at least 1 billion plus in damage, which is, you know, for the most part, another whole rage count. But depends on the run. Depends on the RNG on the run, and if I can, you know, if I don't personally mess anything up. So let's see how we do here, and let's hope your boy doesn't screw things up here. Okay, go in front. Get ready for dash. Into magnifying slashes. $1.25 is okay. Not great, not bad either though. Right here we're gonna vacuum wave. Gonna go ahead and do thunderstorm, kill off a few of these guys. Now right here, some people will use magnifying slashes and heroic. I personally don't think it's a good idea for free to play if you don't have into it. Okay, get ready here. I'm gonna save my ult for the ads. Do it again. And then help out here. Break this quick. Another shadow step. No, I missed that. Ooh, that's a big one. I mean, it's not huge, but it's big enough. Okay, 4.86. We're at rage 12 now. That's not bad, but it's not great either. We're gonna go ahead and do the ultimate here. I don't know if this was a good call here in this spot. I don't know if I even killed anything here, to be honest, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and do this. Thunderstorm everybody down. Wu over here just chilling, just trying to fight an ant by himself, because you know he's just the god Wu. Come on guys, kill him off. Where's the boss? There we go. Casting, casting, casting. This part sucks when this happens. You want to make sure you have Thunderstorm available. And that does happen a lot, by the way. Where the boss will just get up and start casting a break. And you're going to have to be there with Thunderstorm ready. Okay, get ready for another one. Here we go. See that move right there? That is a problem. When it does that move, it's a pretty big issue sometimes because the boss will jump and do this nonsense. Okay, let's see if we can kill. See if we can get a little bit higher. If a little bit higher is better. That's what we're looking for, right? And this has actually not been a very good run, to be honest with you guys. It's been actually one of my worst runs I've had in GB for quite some time. So what do we get? 10.957. I'm gonna go ahead and register it. I think it's a bit better than my last one. So total 32 count as free to play. Not the worst, not the best I've had. Also had a lot of mistakes, but total 2.859. Let's just see my total damage last time. It could be close depending on how I did with heroic versus legendary, but let's find out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual records now. You guys can see right away that's a big difference. 2.133 versus 2.859. So that's a huge chunk. That's, like I said, almost a billion more, and that's what I was expecting. The difference there was Thomas performed better, Mirai performed better, Cha performed way better. I think she might have died actually the last run. So you guys can see overall SJW's damage, what you're looking at, right? And it is a fairly big chunk of damage difference when it comes down to it. Again, that run was not a very good run, but overall, great increase in damage, and you're going to see this all across the board as long as Magnifying Slashes is usable, except for places like Braun POS 20 where they purposely nerfed it and you can't do it. So there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.